Well, I'm back with the First Pilot Enterprise. Um, Made some progress since the unboxing, and we're going to talk about that. Right now, you're seeing it after the first pass of sanding and priming, where I've found my defect areas that need attention. Luckily, it's a lot less than in my first build back in 2015, which needed a lot of stuff. But I've gotten better at the first pass over the years. So I'm going to jump right into the things I've done over the last week or so. As I said in the review, the assembly is pretty straightforward. There's not a lot of sub-assemblies. All the pieces go together well. They need a little bit of seam work just to clean things up. Something of note, on the saucer edge, they did not remove the panel lines, so those need to be sanded out when the seam is taken care of. Not a huge deal, just one more thing. Anyway, all the window inserts are in because they're going to provide the base for filling. Instead of having to fill huge gaps, we're only going to fill in small gaps to bring these up to the surface and the gap around the frame. But if you're going to remove windows, and in the secondary hull, this is the amount of windows that are coming off, you need to know where to put them back with the decals. So just quick little marking templates. I've used the pylon as a reference point so I can flip this from one side to the other. Same thing here. This basically follows the shape of the neck. So the preliminary work is done, and now it's time to get into it. These little windows need to be recessed. So I had some strip styrene that gave me maybe 1/8 of an inch. Just enough to set them back a bit. Got my crazy glue, got my baking soda, got something to scoop out baking soda with. And yeah, the windows, the recess varies a little bit. Like all these are they're back just a little bit. But these ones are prominent, they're sticking up past the surface a little bit. So there's some variation in there. But basically, apply some of that, a little bit of this, and it cures pretty quickly, but you can kind of smooth it out a little bit if you're lucky. And then yeah, just like that. Rinse and repeat, sand smooth, and then you get this, a nice smooth hull. Look at that. Versus, you can see the depth in some of these. So here's a look at one half of the secondary hull after I've already done some work to it. The window inserts are in as a backing. Then I did a fill with crazy glue and baking soda. Sanded that, and then went back and used the spot putty for what's essentially intended for spot repairs rather than full filling. Then I've removed the raised detail from here and filled in that piece. And given this a couple passes of the sandpaper, including the wet sand, which I might give another one, just to see if I can clean it up a little bit. But I'm also going to use scratch filler primer as well, and that'll help smooth the surface. Note, I've already done some sanding and filling and priming, and this is very, very smooth. It's going to need a wet sand to kind of, I don't know if you get, yeah, you can see some areas where it's, where it's filled the scratches, so you got smooth texture versus rough texture. Wet sand will take that out. And we'll look for defects. I don't think I'm going to have to do any additional filling on this. And the cell pylons, you can see this old window, there's a couple pinholes that'll need to be tended to. But otherwise, it's just, and a little pinhole down there. take care of those, then give it a wet sand and smooth it all out. So you've got a consistent finish. And I'll probably hit it with etching primer as well, just to seal it all up before doing base coat. Secondary hull is about finished, nice and smooth. I'm going to put some 2-part epoxy in here just to give this some extra strength, because this is where all the weight of the model sits. And I need to do some work in the shuttle bay. Or not shuttle bay, but shuttle bay door bulkhead. I need to do some additional filling in there because the tulip shrank and left me some holes. And I'm going to try to smooth out up here. And I'm going to smooth out that. Well, maybe I'm not. Maybe I will. I haven't decided what I'm going to do with that. But it's going to be silver, just like the sensor dome. So when you look inside, it'll be a clear lens over it, and you'll see the little silver piece inside. And then this can get a primer coat and look for defects. Same thing, upper saucer turned out fairly well. As you can see, you got these differences in finish. Wet sand will take care of that and smooth it out. BC deck turned out very, very well. I don't think I'll do any work there. Couple of pinholes. You can just see a little bit there. Maybe a couple on this one where that window used to be. You can still see the outline. Etched lines, but that may come out of the surface sand. And the undersaucer turned out exceptionally well. A few pinholes here and there where the windows were. I need to do some work on the landing gear. But yeah, this turned out, lessons learned from the first one have paid off, because this is much less defect work than I've had to do the first time I did one of these. Just a quick rundown on taking care of the nacelles. See, I've got them all filled. This kit has been reissued a number of times, so these depressions where there's supports inside seem to be getting worse. I don't recall having to put this much putty in the one I did back in 2015. So I've already removed the raised detail on the back of the nacelle. This is what it looked like before. And I'm going to show you how I do that. It's pretty straightforward. Got the Dremel Mini and the sanding barrel with the coarse thing on it. Anyway, pretty straightforward, just moderate speed. I go with half speed. The RPMs are higher, but once you start grinding, the resistance slows it down, so I'm just compensating it beforehand. And just be gentle. And just use a light touch until you get it smooth. You don't want to go too deep. There's going to be some depressions that are going to need some filling, but that's not too bad. So just gentle, just over and over. You know, just kind of gently rub it until the detail comes off. And then, there's your result. Then I'll add some fill and start smoothing that out. And Bob's your uncle. So there we go. That kind of covers the first steps. All the things needed to get this big boy ready for being accurate to the first pilot. A lot of filling, a lot of sanding, removal of different raised areas, and we're going to cover more of that in the next video because there's still a whole bunch more stuff to do. But I can tell you this is a solid kit. My complaints about some around two's decisions aside, this is a relatively easy build for even an intermediate or beginner skill level, especially if you don't light it. Like, if you did this as the first pilot and didn't take these steps, you could knock this thing outside out inside a week. If you just put the windows in, assemble it, do some seam work, boom, you're done. But if you want it to be really accurate, you got to take these extra steps. So I hope you've liked what you've seen so far. I hope you picked up a couple skills. And don't forget to do all the things. Like and subscribe are kind of the most important because they help get the channel noticed. And I would like to kind of expand my reach because I would like to build more high quality models for people who would like them. So until next time, keep on building.